Hi there, my name is Brooks from Character Design Forge. I'm making new videos every day this month, but you'll notice there was a few day gap where I didn't put anything out. I got sick and had a few other freak occurrences happen. Usually I'd have a buffer in that place, but because of the daily videos, it's hard to find any kind of wiggle room in that. But accountability is really important to me, so I'm making a few extra videos this week. Well, today we're talking about likability. My friend Brent asked, what makes a character likable? Well, this is definitely a loaded question, and in its entirety, likability is one of our ultimate goals in character design, but we can try to break it down here. Likability comes down to two things: honesty and flaws. Honesty is involved on the part of the designer. It means that a character needs to be designed from a genuine place. An audience can easily discern if they are being pandered to. If you can recall character designs from the 90s, a lot of them are now lambasted for their adherence to traits like radical, gnarly, and edgy attitudes, as that's what was trendy. Maybe a surfing, sunglass-wearing cool dude is all you need to sell a bottle of soda, but trying to tell a story with that kind of character is impossible. The purpose the designer was making a character was to sell a product and to appear cool to kids, instead of trying to create something relatable. Imagine a character made now that listens to EDM and likes glow sticks and Snapchat and Walkman. While it may temporarily attract the shallow attention of a few, that character is not laying the groundwork for a memorable or lasting character, one that in a few years will be extremely unlikable. So ask yourself a few questions. Why are you designing a character? Do you believe in the purpose that you're making them for? Are you thinking about the audience of intelligent people that will be observing your character? Characters aren't just unlikable because of corporate pandering, though. A lot of times, amateur creators will make characters who are perfect in every single way. Sometimes their main characteristic is that this character is the cool one. Usually they are wishful projections of what the creator wishes to be. In the writing world, this character is called the Mary Sue. Not only are they ridiculed for their spotlessness, they're extremely boring. Why? That carries right into the second point about what makes a character likable, which is flaws. Think of your character like a rock wall that your audience has to climb. By giving your character no flaws or personality deficiencies, it's like coating that wall with Teflon. But throw in some imperfections, some areas in their personality that need improvement, and now your wall has grips and handholds. Why? It makes the character not only interesting, but human. We latch on to the humanity in characters, because we aren't perfect people, and despite the opposite seeming to be true, flaws endear us to a character.
If every pork chop were perfect,
we wouldn't have hot dogs!
Have you ever found yourself more invested in, or even rooting for, the villain in a given story? It's likely that his motives and flaws were just more interesting than the hero's. One character that seemed like she was going to fall in the category of unlikable characters was Vanellope from Wreck-It Ralph. I remember watching the trailer and thinking, great, Sarah Silverman is voicing a smart-mouthed pipsqueak, that category of character that's typically annoying to watch. Yet that character is really endearing, mostly through the fact that she doesn't fit in, and it's because of that flaw in herself that she's unfairly ridiculed. In fact, every character in that film is likable. The villain is at least funny and maniacal at times. Fix-It Felix, the perfect hero, laments that fixing everything you touch isn't always a good thing. Our general preoccupation with the anti-hero in recent years is proof positive enough that we are more intrigued by a flawed character. It doesn't necessarily mean that we want to be them. Oftentimes, we're learning lessons through the mistakes of others, or at least watching the train wreck. Now, when I say flaws, it's really shorthand for saying that a character has a complex personality. Just remember when fleshing them out to add something negative to make them more relatable. Start with real people that you know well. You no doubt have friends and family that you've recognized have really great qualities, but perhaps a few flaws. You still love them despite that. Now visually, a likable character needs a few things as well. Similar to the personality flaws, asymmetrical design and non-ideal body types go a long way in subconsciously causing us to like a character more. As we talked about with shape language, round shapes are always something relatable. If you do things right, you're going to have people that don't like your characters. The same as no one human is loved by everyone universally. The worst thing that you could do, though, is try to design a character that everyone will love. Instead, be genuine and honest. Know the audience and remember that a flawed character is always more likable. Ultimately, what we love most is watching a character's growth through a story. That's it from me today. I'm making new videos every day this month at characterdesignforge.com. Subscribing on YouTube will let you know when they're available. As always, I'd love to hear your comments and questions, so leave them in a comment or send me a message. Thank you for watching, and have fun creating.